Well, when everything goes wrong on a Sunday night, it goes real wrong. You'll notice that Cesare keeps moving around.
Yeah.
For the specific purpose of forcing me to fix his camera.
No, I'm adjusting so that you don't have to do it. Because I'm trying to help you, Jason. Help me help you.
Okay, so like that. No, wait, that's not quite. Is it?
Oh, God.
Is it?
Oh, I'm getting sick. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we're having all
nauseous.
sorts. We're having all sorts of technical difficulties tonight, but that's fine. I was trying to get the giveaway to work for the Nightbot or for the Stream Element, and they did a patch, and their patch has wrecked the settings for the entry command for the giveaway. So I don't know what they changed. I don't know what they broke, but I'm going to have to figure it out. Otherwise, it'll take hours, and we only have a couple hours to play so that these guys can die, and we can reset the campaign. So, oh, shit, did I say that out loud?
We're supposed to be looking at our loot.
Yeah, until the...
Loot doesn't kill.
Well...
Mimics.
Have you met him?
Shannon, would you say loot doesn't kill? I mean, daggers tend to have... Hey, thanks, Vince. I'm glad you pay $4.99 once a month for your seat. You are an amazing person. If you guys don't know who Vince is actually Jin Donato, who is not using his camera tonight. Rumor has it he fell down a set of stairs.
And landed into his girlfriend's fist.
Yes, that's the rumor. So, or her foot, her big toe.
Oh.
Bit of knee.
Doorknob, guys. The doorknob.
That's what she
That's
calls...
what you tell the ER nurse when you get rolled in there with a broken face, with a broken orbital socket.
Yep.
My guess is that Jin or Vince probably had some skincare done, and it had like the complete opposite effect of bettering thy skin, and it became very, he's looking more like his actual, image there as opposed to Vince. He is slowly becoming the undead, is my guess.
Oh, awesome. Great. Cool.
He got bit by some matching rat monkey.
So, hey, everybody, happy Sunday night. Welcome to the Debtors Gambit. We are a group of professional wackos who occasionally get together and throw some bones down and try to figure out how many times we can off-shift the camera angle to piss off the cameras. Although in the studio, it's a little bit of a mess because Mr. Cesare, Mr. Omni, the new bar has been put in above the gamer table, so the final camera installs could happen, so we can, get ready for our live one-shot that we're going to do for our other show. I believe it's Age of Arcanum. We're going to do live out here at the Hemet studio once we have the last couple cameras installed and the last
That's so exciting.
with the last bit of microphones done as well. We'll pick a day during the July 10th weekend to do that. Still trying to figure that out because I do have 2 games on Saturday, but I may postpone one of them for a following weekend. I don't know. I gotta figure that out, but we'll get to that when we can. But hey, before we get started tonight, I want to thank everybody for coming out and listen to us chatter and cackle. And sorry we're a half hour late. We had folks coming in out of state. We had a couple technical glitches here with setting up the bots, which I've turned the bots off because they're being angry with me and I hate them and I want to kick the bots. Other than that, before we do our recap, a couple announcements. Our new Wednesday show started this last week, Wednesday, The Descendants. So come check that out, Descendants, between 7 and 10 o'clock on Wednesday nights. We also have shows Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and of course Sunday, the Debtors Gambit, which is a 5e homebrew campaign set in the Menagerie Coast, where we discover or attempt to discover or try to discover the origins of the Revelry and the founding of the Plank King as it's related to the island of Darktow, or the community of Darktow on the island of Darktow. Well, that's all left up to interpretation. But with that, everything you need to know about us is down below. We are getting closer to our 250 follower goal to give away some redeemable digital tickets. So become a follower, get entered into that pool of people that could potentially win some either Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, or some other gaming digital content that we'll be handing out after we reach 250 followers. As always, if you feel like spending Jeff Bezos's money, subscribe with the Amazon Prime account. We're happy to take his money. It helps us pay for the cost of the studio. So we definitely appreciate that. But everything else you need to know about us, our Discord, our Teach, Learn, and Play philosophy, and all of our family of creators are linked below. And speaking of our family of creators, Shannon, what are you creating these days?
God, so much. So many things. Well, right now I'm working on some NPCs for my Monday game. But anyway, I do a little thing called podcast. It's called Umbilical del Diablo. It is a Mage the Ascension 5th edition podcast. It is a 5th edition because we use some of the Vampire 5th edition rules and we have mashed them together with some Mage rules and shaken it all up and added a sanity system on top, like, salt-based sprinkles.
And on that point, what Shannon's describing for Mage the Ascension, I'm actually using some of the mechanics for Mage the Ascension within my Wednesday game, where we're going to be dealing with sanity issues, as well as what I like to do is I'm going to give the players a little bit more creativity in how they describe things. And frankly, if they narrate and describe it well enough, it may be enough to avoid needing a roll. It just becomes a success point of explanation. It's one of the things I really love about what you and the others have done on your game. I think it's really cool. So sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. I will have to tell our storyteller that, and he will be pleased by this knowledge.
Just turning all the players into storytellers. I love it.
I know. Basically,
amazing.
everybody that has played in that system, because we've introduced a few other people with some one-shots on the podcast to that system, have really enjoyed it. So also shout out Mage. If you haven't played a World of Darkness game, you might just enjoy it. Anyway, you can basically find that anywhere you can find podcasts. It does have a mature tag for a reason. Please be advised. Yep, it exists for a reason, and it gets fairly dark. So, be warned.
They do the other kind of role play. Bedroom role play.
I like how Shannon's always the first one to jump on that description. She's like, and Cesare, tell us about what you've got going on these days.
Oh, well, it's just this little thing called the General Adventuring Company. It is an actual play, TTRPG based around D&D 5e, a homebrew world in a setting
The
called
Three Kingdoms, baby!
Very, very fun. I play a Dragonborn Ranger Rogue multi-class and named Jasper, and he's very broody, and he's the Lancer of the group. If you guys know those stereotypical like role and archetypes. So I'm like edgy, and I'm the edge lord for sure, edgy boy. It's a great podcast. I love it a lot. We have so much fun.
He comes from a stable background.
He does come from a stable background, which is really hilarious. He's has a great relationship with his parents. But that comes out on Tuesdays. This week we are taking a little bit of a break because I had some traveling. I was the one coming back from Arizona, so it's we're doing the thing. It comes out on Tuesdays. It's on YouTube as well as we post the videos and stuff on Facebook. But it's also where podcasts are found. Our socials are in our little tab in I don't know what they're called, columns, panels, those things, right? Twitch. I don't know how to do it. So it's at TGACPOD, TGAC Pod, and it's really good. We just are going to be releasing episode 5, so we're getting into some stuff, chaos. It's great.
Most definitely, and I've put in the chat some of the links to our family of creators, so please be sure to visit them, check out what they're building. Dan, who is not in this particular show, but he is in one of my other ones, is part of a group called Uncanny Pros, which I happen to think is really cool. Shannon is part of that group as well. If you want to
I can do this plug.
go for it.
Hey guys, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, which you probably do because you're here, hey. Yeah, Uncanny Pros, that is another Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition stream that happens on Tuesdays. And we are going to be wrapping up our side campaign, Twilight's Dawn, this coming Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So with that, we have a new player with us. Jesse, whose character's name is Afiola, is joining this group. She's also in my Wednesday game, which, for those of you out there, if you're very interested in watching a very different thematic approach to playing, it's not really a D&D game. It's kind of like D&D, steampunk, Cthulhu, alternate history, 1920s alternate history. It's different, but be sure to check it out. It's pretty cool. We had our 0 session this Wednesday, and we will be having our first full-blown session next week. But hey, Jesse, talk to us about you and some of your future projects you got coming up.
Yeah, well, hi. I don't have anything nearly as exciting as stuff that comes out every week. I am working on a universe, D&D based, that I will be looking for people to play test in a campaign soon, as well as I'm finishing up a series of 6 novels to introduce the universe. Cross your fingers, it's going to Wizards by this year. So that's my big project.
Yeah, and with any luck, on our Discord, she will be running a playtest group,
Yes.
and either doing it live or pre-recorded, however she chooses to do it. But
Live would be awesome. Getting that feedback.
Yeah, and I think I really like that modality, because when I run my one-shots every other Thursday, which a one-shot will be coming up next Thursday. So if you haven't joined our Discord, be sure to join our Discord. And look for that event that'll post on Monday. It'll be a level 10 one-shot in the Monster Hunters Guild. And the purpose of the one-shot is to allow you to play test, ask questions, teach and learn about the mechanics of encounters, the game, building characters, and basically being a little relaxed and silly, and kind of having fun all at the same time. And when Jessie had expressed to me that she was hoping to put a playtest group together, I went right after that, because I love that kind of formula. I think it works really well. It introduces people into overall game mechanics. It allows a feedback loop for the creators and the players, and it allows everybody to feed off each other. So I know, Jessie, in the future, me and you will be talking about setting up a channel for you, putting together everything you need to host whatever game you want to host. And if you decide to host it on Twitch or on your YouTube feed or wherever you want to feed it, that's fine too. Which, for those of you out there, if you want to come and run your own game through our Discord, come check it out. We have the Avre bot, we have Groovy, we have the event bot. If you don't want to get mired in the challenges of building your own Discord server, and you just want to spin up a quick channel for audio, video, and text, so you and your friends can run an online game, join our Discord, hit me up. That's exactly what we do. All we do is play and mechanic and have fun. And evidently we have a very busy meme channel, evidently one of the busier meme channels when it comes to playing D&D. And when Gatharn, my buddy Brendan, is not busy launching SpaceX rockets, he is posting some of the most bizarre, grotesque, vulgar memes.
My defense, I steal those from other people. I don't create them.
That's not defense,
I find them,
that's deflection.
and I put them up.
That's deflection, not defense. Those are two totally different D words.
I find people who have a similar taste in humor as I do, and then I share it with you guys so we can all equally be disturbed.
Oh, and our new Wednesday mascot for our Wednesday game right here, the steampunk skull, which will contain the dice that I use for Wednesday nights, right? So my goal is to have a theme skull for every one of my shows or game nights. And whatever dice I put in those skulls will be the dice I use for that night. So, nothing like skull dice.
Gotta get those metal steampunk dice for Wednesday's campaign.
Cesaray's
Right?
Cesare, who died for that skull? I mean, that's a lot of
Right?
silver.
That was a real. I was like, oh man, is this gonna end up in the giveaway at any point? Because
No,
I know
Callista will
I
kill
just
me.
won a pair of dice. So
Yeah,
I'm
Callista will
just
kill
stoked
me. If
about
she ever
that.
found out I gave away a skull, she'll slit my throat in the middle of the night. So with that,
So she can replace the skull.
So with that, let's go ahead and recap where our pseudo pirates, who aren't quite pirates yet, where we last left off. Finally making it to Barnacle Island, the team had discovered the burial cairn of Copper Joe. The original ask from Captain Raylene, the Goblin Captain, was that her superior, or pseudo superior, I don't have my OneNote open right now, but I promise I will shortly. Tharivol, thank you very much. One of my master note takers there. Where Tharivol had requested that Captain Raylene go to Barnacle Island, retrieve a flag that was once owned and procured by Copper Joe. He just didn't know where it was or what it was. Giving Captain Raylene all the information and notes that he could. All this information was passed on to our crew. This crew was rescued from the remnants of a hurricane and a ship that had sunk. They had earned their way on board, made some challenges to, in a pit fight, and had dinner with Captain Raylene, which eventually gave them the opportunity to make it to Barnacle Island and seek out this standard, this flag. Once they found the cairn, made their way down into the tombs by solving a series of riddles, resolving a series of traps. They eventually made it into the main burial chamber. Once in the main burial chamber, they found the static pocket of interplanar existence where his crew, at least the key members of his crew, or his officer staff, and Copper Joe were entombed. Believe it or not, if you watch last episode, the party actually split themselves up 3 ways from almost the entire session. It was lots of fun. Where Medi stayed up on the deck, resisting the mass amounts of undead skeletons that were swarming the deck. Gatharn attempted, without any insight, to try to figure out what these different floating skulls meant. Omni and Jin having a conversation with the disembodied skull of Copper Joe. Once they were able to figure out the riddle, however, and all the officers were released, Copper Joe was released, the team found themselves back together again. An empty hole at the very top of the main mast, suddenly a fluttering flag that Medi had taken the time out to retrieve, bundle up amongst her inventory. And the team, recognizing that a series of collapsing lava tubes above them were beginning to send down lava bombs. The chamber, no longer maintained by the cold enforcement of the spell, was slowly collapsing. Bit of an homage to one of my favorite movies, The Goonies. With the discovery of an underwater tube leading them out, what appeared to lead them out of the chamber, they frantically swam and made their way out towards the beach outside the island. Now, the amount of time and the amount of travel internally that they spent had mysteriously taken them within 1 to 2 miles of the original beach that Captain Raylene had set them on. At this point, they had dragged their wet, exhausted forms onto the coast with all of their newly acquired loot that Gatharn had found underneath the helmsman till, a strange chamber that seemed to hold quite a bit of Copper Joe's loot, filling bags, pockets, and carrying as much as he could. His Gatharn, Medi, Jin, and Omni are now on the beach, and off to the distance they can see Captain Raylene's crew still amongst the camp. As they begin to try to ponder what to do next, a series of earth tremors, cliffs shaking, debris falling to the ground, as it would seem that some kind of eruption was in the process of happening. As this begins to happen, all four of you hear somebody screaming, and you see a form come breaking out of the jungle canopy, yelling at the top of their lungs. Ifiola, would you kindly describe yourself for us, please? You're muted.
I am average height human-ish. I appear human. Probably about 5'4". Trying to see if I'm running through the forest, you probably can't see that closely.
Well,
Jimmy,
you're
but,
running. You're running out
into
of the jungle onto
Yeah.
the beach. You can see four individuals kind of like waterlogged, soaked on the beach with a bunch of equipment, and they're kind of looking and conversing with each other. You're
So,
tearing
yeah,
out of the jungle. You see them, and they see you.
kind of sandy here that matches the impression of the beach as I'm running towards you.
And as she's running, and are you she or he? I forgot. She. As she is running towards the four of you, all of you watch as the jungle canopy breaks apart. The ground is rumbling. You're staring at the naked Gatharn and going through the loot that's in his bag. You're watching as this human is running right at you, and she begins to yell out, "Dinosaur!" And then you watch as the jungle shreds, and this undead T-Rex comes clambering out of the edge. And then behind it, you watch as the very cliff face explodes and a giant volcanic eruption begins to occur at the same time. I need everybody to roll for initiative, please.
So you join us and you bring a dinosaur.
You would have seen me around the ship, around Raylene's ship.
Yeah, she was
So
a
I'm
member
not
of the crew.
completely unfamiliar.
Okay. On behalf of everybody, I would just like to start off by saying,
And you're welcome for an undead dinosaur instead of loot. Ish.
No, we still got the loot.
Well, for now.
I got my loot. I rolled a 16.
A 16. Nice. Let me get this organized for everybody. So I've got two cameras for you. You could either use that one or this one. Make it up to you guys to decide which one you want. The four of you are on the beach. The fifth person is running from the edge. Not more than 20 feet behind this mysterious individual, you watch as the undead creature comes stumbling out of the jungle, just roaring, and maybe a few hundred feet behind it, the cliff face erupts, and you can now see lava and volcanic magma jetting up into the air as the island begins to fully erupt around you as well. All right, so 25 through 20, please.
Me. Guess who finally got a good initiative roll on their character with a +7? That's a 26.
Maddie with a 26. I love it. 19 through 15.
Hold on. Not bad. 27.
Oh!
No, are you kidding me?
Natural 18 plus 9.
Say,
I got a natural
Plus
19
9.
plus 7.
my entrance was followed by an undead dinosaur. This is the best ever.
Okay, fine. As far as the intros go, that definitely tops.
I
got a 16.
Definitely the coolest intro, for sure.
Right?
So Gatharn with a 16. 14 through 10.
I had 19.
Oh, 19. Well, that's good. Yeah. So Omni with a 19, which I'm guessing
Ed's in the groove tonight, man.
Aofla,
Late-
what did you get?
8.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm distracted.
There's our Ashley rolls. So Jin, you are up. Medi, you are on deck. This creature has come crashing out at the jungle edge. There's a female running away from it, maybe about 20 feet in front of it. The four of you are along the shoreline at this point, looking back and behind it, watching this island just begin to erupt.
In the loot, there's a short sword, a rapier, and a pistol.
Oh, and I'm first?
Yep. Jen, you're up, and Medi's on deck.
Oh, 27. Didn't know you were
Oh.
first.
I'm picking up the rapier.
So, Jen, you are right there.
You know, a good soldier would.
I will pick up the rapier and hand it to my captain.
I'm so kidding. Nope, I can't do that. JK.
And I pinch him on the cheek and says, "You're gonna need this." And then
Okay.
rapier's
Don't need to
mine,
get
suckers.
sassy.
Roll better
Well,
initiative next time.
it's bonus action pinch Omni's cheek and then hand it to him action. So,
No.
so Jen,
Oh,
what
that's
are you doing?
All right, I will pick up the rapier.
Okay,
And
bonus
I
act.
will-
That'll be your bonus action.
Oh, that'll be my bonus action. And
Yeah,
I'll just-
because if someone was handing it to you, I'd let it be a free action. But because it's tucked away in the bag of loot that Catharn
Mhm.
has kind of like placed on the ground, it takes a few seconds for you to grab it.
No worries. As in the middle of grabbing it, I'll just eyeball the T-Rex and I'm like, oh, that's a nice rapier. I'll just point at the T-Rex and I'll cast 2 beams of Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
Alrighty. First one is a 24.
24 will definitely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. I was tempted to
Ooh.
say barely, but you know.
Oh, not so good. 9 points of damage. And then my second roll is a 21.
21 will just barely hit.
Oh. And for 8 points of damage.
Nice. 8 points of force damage, right? With
Yes, correct.
with Eldritch
Force
Blast.
damage.
Okay. So that is your
And-
bonus action, your action. What would you like to do for your move?
How far away can I get from it without going into the water?
You can go 20 feet back, and then you'll be
I
in the
will-
water.
Okay, I'll go 25 feet back and just have my ankles in the water.
Gotcha. So we will take 5, 10. I'll take you out of camera angle, but I can see where you are. But you are currently very far back. Let me see if the other camera.
No. I'm camera shy. Just leave me off camera.
There we go. All right, that will finish your turn. Medi, you are up, and Medi, you are right here where the glowy orb is. What would you like to do? And Omni, you're on deck.
I have a funny feeling that Hex would probably not do a lot to this creature, with it being a giant undead dinosaur. I am going to follow in the steps of my good friend, Jin, and
Jin.
cast Eldritch Blast.
Go for it. It's like Machine Gun Mary's here.
Natural 20.
Nice. As always, times
Yes.
2 or twice the dice. It's up to you.
Jason, I'm curious. When you say that, do we get to roll and then decide, or is it a decision beforehand?
Usually beforehand.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's a whole 11 points of force damage
Nice.
on the first one.
Guys are
Moving on
using
to the
laser beams on this
Yeah,
thing.
laser beaming him. An 18.
18 will miss. You watch as the shot goes wide of the creature as it is now lumbering towards the beach.
Okay. Well, I don't like that very much. That's a bad sign, my friends. I also suspect. Would I know? Just looking at this thing, does it seem pretty strong? Probably pretty strong, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's sheer
Okay.
size and the way it kind of appeared in this space, definitely.
All right. How far away am I from Omni?
I would say that you're probably 15 feet.
All right, I'll run up to be next to him and not run away like some people.
Of course, we can't see Jen's obvious, lack of concern.
Makes it so less entertaining for us. We can't
Hey,
see
man,
Vince's face. Just
I only got 14 health, okay? You guys rock with whatever you got.
13, baby.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you guys are a little
Captain,
bit
take
rough.
the
Yeah.
coward's way out, Captain. It's not worth it.
Oh God.
All right. So are you done, Medi? Okay. Omni, you are up, and then the creature is on deck.
You know what really sucks is
Oh, wait.
I'm out of spell slots.
Sorry, before you can go, Omni, the lair is going to go.
Oh shit.
I need
There-
everybody
no.
to make deck saves, please.
Well, this has been a fun campaign.
Oof. 12.
19.
Oh yes. Thank God. Deck
No.
save 22.
Even worse. 10.
10.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say a disadvantage?
No, I thought mine was +6, but it's just +4.
Oh. Okay.
Oh yeah, well I have a +8, but I rolled a 3.
No, we're gonna die,
I have
guys.
advantage on these.
So, Jin, you are knocked prone. Medi, you are knocked prone.
Just
Gatharn, you're
face down in about 3 feet of water.
yeah. Gatharn, you're still on your feet. Medi or Omni, what'd you get?
22.
22. You're still on your feet. And Aofla, what did you get?
15.
15. You are knocked prone. As all of you feel the island kind of lift up, shudder as a massive earthquake, you feel the ground move and break and shift apart. 2 of you manage to stay on your feet. 3 of you are knocked prone due to the effect. Now Omni is up, and then the creature's on deck.
Okay, so
I just want to say that's not my mini.
That's not my mini.
I couldn't find your
That's
mini.
not my mini.
It's not my mini.
that's
You
not my-
lost my mini?
Well, no, I don't know. Did you even give it to me?
Yeah, I left it
Oh,
there.
Snap.
Ooh, well, while
Oh,
Omni's figuring out how to die, give me 1 second.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
He's,
God,
he's a little
thank you so
freaking
much for
short
the extra
goblin dude with a
time.
mohawk.
Thank you for stalling. Thank you.
Oh, which reminds
I'm
me,
the
I
one
got like
who's
a
prone
full-on
in
beard
front of
and
the
long-ass
dinosaur.
hair.
Oh,
I
you
got
done
like 3
screwed up
years
now.
worth of growth of beard and hair. I forgot about that. I'm 25 now.
And pubes and butt hair.
Yeah, that too. I got, like, you can't tell I'm naked because of the full-on bush going on right now.
You just got a bodysuit on. Oh, there you are.
There I am.
I forgot I put him over on the private shelf.
I wonder what else is over on the private side.
Dildos.
About this long.
Yep.
This sucks, guys. This really sucks. We're all gonna die. We're all gonna die. This is great.
Captain, take the coward's way.
Not
Taking
me.
the
I'm
coward's
protecting my
way.
loot.
Okay. I have no spells to cast because I'm out of spell slots. So I'm going to, with my action, I'm going to use the last 10 points of my healing pool
Okay.
to get 10 back. And then as a bonus action, I can't even do that. That's a first level spell. Crap. Oh, I just picked up
Fine.
sorcery points. Never mind. So with sorcery points, I am not familiar. I can convert 2 sorcery points to get a first level spell slot back.
Correct.
That is correct. Okay.
Correct.
And
'Cause, you know, there's
have the
nothing
amount of
more-
sorcery
There's
points.
nothing more challenging than introducing a math-based character in a
I know.
game where people roll dice and are continuously math challenged. So yeah.
Yes, it's fun.
Or a
And
bunch of
the amount
liberal
of
arts
sorcery
majors.
points, amount of sorcery points is equal to character level. Is that right?
No, it's equal to your sorcerer level.
Sorcerer level. Well, I have 2 of those, so I'm going to get 1 spell slot back, and with that, I will cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, and I'll be concentrating on that as
You-
I get ready to most likely run the freak away.
All right. So you are concentrating on expeditious retreat. Do you move at all?
Let's see. Oh my god, cover is not very doable. Maybe. Okay, so Medi just ran over to me. I like heal myself up 10 hit points. Look at Medi and look over to the big boulders to the right. And
I'm
kind
fully
of
refreshed, FYI.
you're fully
Like I have no
refreshed?
damage on me.
Oh.
I look
Nicky
fully
boy.
healthy.
Must be nice. I'm gonna gesture to Medi to try and get some cover. We need to get away from this thing as quickly as possible. And by we, Omni means
We. We're using that as the royal we.
The royal we.
We need to
I
be
just wanted to give
you
that one
need to
without an
say.
insight check, but it sounded like we need to get out of here.
So
They
that'll
mean
that'll
yes,
finish your turn, Omni.
that's gonna be it. I'll move. I'll start moving that direction. I have 30 feet, so
What direction would you like to move?
towards the big boulders. I guess that would be down and to the right. Yeah, the bigger landmass.
As they're running away, I'm just like, okay, well, I figured if I would come up here, at least we'd be eaten together, and maybe we could do something about that woman. What?
All right. The creature is up, and then Gatharn, you are on deck. But before Gatharn goes, I need to do one thing. Let me open up my... Why does it do that to me? Don't do that. Open up my OneNote, because your wild magic table is in my OneNote.
Rage.
Rage. Chances are you're going to rage.
Yeah, unfortunately, it won't be naked rage because that has no effect on undead things.
Does
And I'm already
not.
naked.
And you're already naked. All right. So the creature is actually going to go. Aofla, give me a dex save, please.
Oh no.
Nom 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 nom.
17.
17. That'll just
Hey.
I'm getting better.
That'll just barely miss. You take 12 points of force damage or bludgeoning damage as the creature seems disinterested in you, stomps on you as it moves past onto the beach.
Can I
And
dash away? No, that's an action. Never mind.
yeah, and you're currently prone because you fell
Yeah.
during the
Well, I can. Yeah.
during the earthquake. I mean, you still have your reaction if you want to try to do something.
Flash the
No,
accused.
I need to do 2 things, and so I'm good. I'm on the
Gotcha.
ground.
Gotcha. So with that, well, I'm gonna say it is going to take a bite attack at you, Gatharn. That is a 24.
That'll hit.
All right, give me a strength save, please.
Oops, wrong window. That's 7, so that is 23.
23, that'll save. You are not grappled in its mouth. You take 18 points of piercing damage, halved to 9, because you made
Not
your
raging.
strength save. I know, but you made your strength save.
Oh,
It was
okay.
more trying to grapple you than actually do damage to you. So because it did that as its attack action, that means it can't get its full damage on you.
Yeah.
With that, it's then going to take its tail and swipe at Omni. Omni, your armor class will go up by 4 because you're under full cover. And that is a 21. Miss. You watch as the tail slams into the boulder that you're taking cover against. That will finish the creature's turn. Gatharn, you are up, and then Aofla, you are on deck.
Okay. How high is his head?
It's about 10 feet above you.
I Misty step onto his head.
Give me acrobatics, please, to land or stick the landing.
22.
22 will do it. And you're currently on the back of his head. What would you like to do?
Smash him in the noggin twice with my new hammer.
Okay. Are you raging yet?
No, because it's a bonus action. I use my bonus action to get on his head.
Okay, go for it. Give me 2 strikes.
First one is a miss. Second one is 12 plus 7. A miss.
Yeah, you barely managed to hold on. You bring up your hammer, bring it down twice, but each time it moves and shifts, causing your hammer to kind of bounce off of its unusually tough undead hide. Anything else you want to do?
Can I use my move action to basically just kind of grip his neck with my thighs?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Almost like a defensive action or a defensive kind of condition with your movement. Sure, I'm okay with
You
that.
can do that to me for free.
So say bonus action.
Oh, hell no. That's a free action for you.
And
All right.
secretly, I'm like, haha, I just teabagged a T-Rex.
Yeah, you just went full on Turok. Good for you, buddy.
Yep.
Good for you. That'll finish your turn. Aofa, you are up. And then Jin, you're on deck.
All right. So, as I stand up, I'm going to shift. So my appearance will slightly change, become more covered in fur, pointy ears, claws, the whole bit. And then I am going to
Mark her
all sorts of
territory.
things. I am going to run up and climb up the T-Rex's leg as far as I can get, which
So-
I'm not hindered by climbing. So.
Okay, so go ahead and give me acrobatics with advantage. See how well you can do this.
All right. 28.
That's pretty darn well. So that'll get you right up to its...
And I have a 40 move right now, 40 speed.
We will treat the T-Rex as difficult terrain.
But if I'm climbing, I'm not hindered.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I'll say you make it all the way up to the back of the head of the T-Rex where this very kind of greenish-looking individual is kind of being tossed back and forth.
Currently kind of furry too. I got freaking 3 years worth of growth of hair and beard.
That's true.
All right, and then I'm going to, while gripping with my feet, pull out my daggers, and I believe that's all I can do this turn.
Okay, that'll
Pull out
finish.
2 daggers.
That'll finish your turn. Jen, you are up. We're at the top of the second round. Jen, you're
right
up, and then Medi, you're on deck.
I'll right myself in the water.
Okay, it's half your movement.
Okay. I'll swim backwards. I have 40 feet of movement swimming,
Okay.
so 20 feet
Okay.
backwards. How eyeballing it? How far am I away from the T-Rex right now?
You're about 60 feet away at this point.
Oh, perfect. I will point towards the T-Rex and I will say, Cesra, protect them. And a spectral tentacle will appear in front of the T-Rex
Okay,
and it will take a swipe
go for it.
for 21.
21 will just barely hit.
Okay. 10 points of damage. And its movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
Nice.
And then I will cast 2 beams of Eldritch Blast.
Go for it.
23 for the first one,
That'll hit.
and 14 for the second one.
That'll miss. Go ahead and roll damage for the first one. You guys watch as this large tentacle sprouts from the ground, and then 2 beams of light coming from the water, and one crashing into the side of the creature.
7 points of force damage.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
All right. Medi, you are up, and then Omni, you're on deck.
All right, I'm going to do roughly 100 things, so strap in. First of all, I'm going to use my blood maledict.
Okay.
So I'll roll the damage on myself. Yeah. Max damage, of course it is. Boop. Okay, so I take 6 damage from that, which is
Ooh,
tight.
holy
Cool.
shit. A little mollymawk going on there.
Yeah. Yep. Don't. Oof, let's not bring those vibes into this turn, shall we? And I'm going to specifically be using the Blood Curse on the Marked. So mark a creature within 30 feet. Till the end of my turn, whenever I deal right damage, I roll an additional Hemocraft die of damage, and I amplified it because otherwise it would not work on this undead dinosaur. So can also I have other things.
By the
Okay.
way, for those of you wondering, originally this is how I was going to have Grizel find all of you. She was going to get chased away from the cairn by this creature, and then this was how you guys were all going to meet up. So I'd already built this with the anticipation of at least trying to get you guys to all meet back up again. But her work schedule
The
changed.
anticipation of trying to kill you with an undead T-Rex.
Yeah, I just couldn't
Yeah.
resist.
I do be like that.
So half your
my
movement to stand up.
Stand up. Can I get within melee of the dinosaur?
5, 10, 15. That's the thing I just said. Yes, you are currently in base with it.
Okay, I'm gonna attempt to stab this boy with advantage.
Go for it.
Okay. A 24.
That'll hit. You're using a rapier, I believe.
No, a short sword because
That's right.
I had a rapier and it got blown away.
Oh
First
yeah,
session,
that's right.
Jason.
That's right.
Which I believe is just a D6. Yep. And I'm going to roll that additional damage die. Fairly average roll, if I am honest. Where's my actions? There they are. Okay, so that is 19 points of damage on the first one.
Nice. Good DPS on that.
Thank you. And I'm going to attempt again. Oh, actually 24. Because I'm going to choose to sear my brand of castigation into this individual.
You're getting into this blood hunter shit.
Yeah. Roll the die on the table, shall we? That's a massive whiff. So I stand in front of the T-Rex and really wish that I could bite him a little bit to get some health back, but you see, he's dead.
Yeah, you watch as the sword digs into the flesh and you pull it out. Nothing really comes out. Just some meat and skin and bone fall away from the wound. Your next strike missing. But yeah, it's a thing. You're in base with a giant undead T-Rex.
We can talk about this maybe because we're like the same thing or something.
That will finish Medi's turn. The lair will go. You guys watch as the explosion causes great balls of lava to flurry up into the air, and you can hear them whistling by and landing out in the sea behind you. But you could see where others are beginning to arc closer and closer as the island is now slowly erupting and the the tremors are getting worse. That'll finish the lair's turn. Omni, you are up, and then the creature's on deck.
Okay, so I still have Expeditious Retreat going, so if we are going to run, we'll be good. I didn't realize that I had second level spell slots that were available. It's this little thing on the iPad where you just like scroll down under the spells, and there's a whole nother section, guys, in case you didn't know, on D&D Beyond, where your higher level spells are. So with that, I am going to try and pull some Sub-Zero shit and cast Chromatic Orb at 2nd level and try and hit its leg or foot in order to freeze it. And so yeah, my action will be to cast Chromatic Orb.
Go for it.
So that was +8. 21.
21 will just barely hit. Go ahead and roll for damage.
So that's going to be 4d8 cold damage.
Oh, shit.
I'm sorry, add 5 hit points back. I misread a thing.
So not 19, 14.
No, not 24, 19.
11.
Gotcha.
11, 12, 13, 14. 24 points of cold damage.
Ooh, nice.
So that was my action.
As the orb forms and goes striking into the side of the T-Rex, you watch his bone and desiccated flesh go spraying up and backwards. Little tendrils of frost and frozen relief left behind in the open wound that you created on the side of the creature.
Awesome. And with my bonus action, I will use Temptress Magic, which will basically cause a gust around me and surround me before or after I cast a spell of 1st level or higher, and it will allow me to fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. So that doesn't really matter. So I would like to fly up on top of the rock. Oh, I can't actually fly. It says I don't have the ability to remain flying, but it says I can allows you to fly up to 10 feet.
Gotcha.
So I'm assuming just moving away.
It's almost like a leap
form
kind of flying. Gotcha.
Crouching Tiger status.
Very Bruce Lee of you. Very Bruce Lee.
Yeah. So I would like to do that up onto the top of the rock there.
Okay.
I heard Temptress Magic, not Tempestuous Magic. I was like, is he going to...
Is that what it says?
Yeah, I thought he was going to
I can't-
harm this guy.
I was
Can't
like,
read this.
yeah.
What
It's
does
like-
tempestuous mean?
You watch as the undead...
Like a tempest.
Oh.
Like a wind tempest.
Okay.
Yeah.
You watch as the undead T-Rex bats its eyelashes at you, Omni.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I've ridden a undead T-Rex before. Different person, wrong campaign. Right.
Wait, what?
What?
You seduced a T-Rex and you rode him? Giggity?
Double giggity.
That wasn't Omni.
How'd you survive? It's a
Story for another time.
cloaca.
That will
And
finish.
that's it. That's my move.
That's right. And you're still concentrating, correct?
Concentrating on expeditious retreat. Yes.
Gotcha. That'll finish your turn. The creature will go next. The creature is going to...
Buck wild.
Yeah, it might. It's actually going to take a bite at Medi. That will be a 26. Nah. And that will be 21 points of piercing damage. As its mouth comes down on you. Go ahead and give me... no, he's not doing that this time. So it just comes down, crunches down on you. It kind of gets a weird texture.
Sorry, my tentacle is gonna take 1d8 off of that damage
Go
as
for
it
it.
goes to coil around and protect Medi.
Go for it.
7 points back.
Nice. The tentacle at the last minute strangles the creature by the neck, rips its mouth away from you. But the creature seems very confused after biting into Medi and kind of shakes its head and begins to look around at potentially other targets.
You
Fun
left a
fact,
bad
that
taste in
was-
his mouth.
That 7 you just rolled was 7 times the amount of hit points I had. So the head comes away, and you just see like chunks of Medi just gone.
If anybody's gonna kill Medi, it's gonna be me.
So, Maddie, are you unconscious at this point?
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
I got 8
Gotcha.
whole hit points, Jason.
Gotcha.
They had 1 hit point, and then suddenly it was like, "Oh, hey, you saved me for 7." more."
Omni, there's a tail strike coming at you. You no longer have cover because you're on top of the rock.
Right, I should have.
That is a 26 as well. That is going to be 18 points of bludgeoning damage from the tail. Because watch as the tail crashes, rubble kind of, and rock and gravel explode off the rock as Omni, as they hold their position there. 18
How's
points of
everyone
bludgeoning. Give me a con save for concentration, please.
So I know Medi looks really beat up. How's everyone else looking?
Oh, I'm looking like
Oh.
trash.
Not good. Not good. The concentration is 19. That's good. But
Yeah.
the hit points are not good. Not good.
My hit points weren't good. That's why I'm swimming right now.
All right, so that will finish. Excuse me. That will
Oh
finish.
yeah, well he's gonna take 10 points of damage because he hit us. So ha.
Oh yeah, he's definitely crying about those 10 points. He's definitely not a bag of hit points.
It matters.
That will finish the creature's turn. Gatharn, you are currently up and behind its head, and you are up.
Rage with a 2.
Okay. Oh, rage with a 2. Ooh, that's a new one.
Rage. Yes, it is. That's why I'm like, I don't know what
Yeah.
that does. I know 3 lets me blink. 8 gets me glacial armor. And it was either 9 or 11 that gave me the healing burst, and 11 was a fire blast.
11 would be disastrous right now.
Well, I'm above you. So I figured if I did the fire blow, it
Fair.
would go over your heads.
I have singed fur.
Yeah. I need you to make a charisma save, please, Gatharn.
For a 2? That's an 18 because my charisma is -1 and I rolled a 19.
As you go into your rage, there's a moment, just the barest of moment, that you see
I don't
another
like 2s either.
where you kind of
Attracted to the T-Rex.
yeah, you kind of lose your vision for a moment. And as you do, you are momentarily banished to another plane of existence, but you hold your concentration and are now brought back to the prime material plane to be back on the head of this creature.
A 1 in 12 was bad. That was a 2.
1 and 12 are bad. 2 is a little bit worse, and 11's kind of bad. As you nearly
bad one.
banished, you nearly banished yourself from the prime material plane, but you didn't.
Mother balls. All right. So am I still raging?
You are still raging.
Okay. Does that mean I gotta freaking roll a charisma save every time I freaking go up? Son of a bitch.
It's almost like you're existing between 2-dimensional planes and having this combat at the same time.
It's some bullshit.
I'm
I want the
I'm gonna
freaking
walk
wild
right
magic
over there
table
and-
from Tasha's. I'm gonna drink the last beer. Show you.
You asshole.
All
Hey,
right.
Jason,
Yeah.
I'm totally going to remember to use that one thing that I never use and tell you to roll from with disadvantage from now on. So
Okay.
I just remembered. I'm still at 5 hit points because I'm not going to try and retroact
Yeah.
that. That's way too long. But I remembered something about my character. Aren't you
Hey,
proud?
But he took 10 hit points worth of damage because he hit you and me. So that matters.
It does matter. We're still gonna die.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm so glad we're on the same
I
page.
hope that was the
man.
royal we
Like-
again, because
The
Jin out here
royal we.
swimming.
No, that was the everybody right now.
No,
Like,
Jin
the
out
entire
here
party.
swimming.
T-Rexes can swim.
They
Especially
can
on
also
Red One,
just
don't need
walk out into the water because they're like 30 feet tall.
I got like 80 feet of movement if I don't attack no more.
No more.
No mas.
All right,
You
Gatharn,
really
you're up,
abandoned
and Aelfa's on deck. What are you doing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm raging. I'm gonna smash it in the eyeball twice. Like I'm gonna crawl up to its eyeball, and then smash it.
Go for it. You're
I bet
using
you
your
need to be-
you're using your new hammer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
So far I've missed like twice, but
Maybe.
I'm using the. No, well, freaking! You said a 19 didn't hit.
Sure.
So, anyways, yes, I'm using the new hammer.
Okay.
Ooh, that is 24 to hit.
24 will definitely hit, and when you strike it, a radiant arcanic glow impacts it at the same time. So go ahead and roll the regular maul damage and add 2d8 lightning damage.
I need another D8.
Uh-oh.
You're around here somewhere. All right, so that is 18 plus 4, so 22 damage.
You
For
guys
that
watch
first hit.
as Gatharn brings his hammer down. Whack! There's an explosion of like electrical tendrils of energy kind of shooting out from where he struck the creature. It's your first attack. You still have one more.
And that one is 14 plus 7, 21.
21 will just barely hit. Go
Same
ahead.
deal.
Yep, same deal. Remember, roll them separately so I know the difference between bludgeoning and lightning damage.
Oh, okay. So for this one, it is 14 bludgeoning damage and 8 lightning damage.
Gotcha. Thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to do? As a second blow, second explosion, kind of emanates out from where Gatharn is on the back of its head and hammering into the front of the face of the creature with explosions of electricity each time he hits it.
Gonna somersault off and land in front of Medi.
All right, so give me acrobatics.
19.
19. That'll definitely get you right where Medi is. That will finish your turn because we'll treat that as difficult terrain for you.
I'm gonna give it a rude gesture as a free action.
Of course you are.
Basically, I'm taunting it.
It's undead. Intimidation is not going to work. That will finish your turn. Aelfa, you are up. You are on the back of this creature.
All
I'm not
right.
trying to intimidate him. I'm trying to taunt him.
Oh,
So
okay.
he focuses on me.
Fair enough. Aelfa, you're up, and then Jin, you're on deck.
I am going to climb, still with my rear, holding on tightly with my rear claws. Got the daggers. I'm going to climb up higher onto his neck,
Okay.
and I am going to attack twice with my daggers. One of them is a sneak attack,
Go. Yep.
since there's someone near him.
Yep. Go for it.
Awesome. Well, natural 20
So,
for the first attack.
on a natural 20, you can roll
Hell
twice
yeah.
the dice or times 2 the damage. It's totally up to you.
I'll do twice the dice. It's a d4 plus 5. I need to find another d4. And then I'm assuming my sneak attack does not get twice.
No.
It gets twice. It's a dice.
Because
You
it's
said
a dice.
double
Oh,
the dice.
yeah, you do.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All right. So the first attack is 5, 10, 15 piercing.
Okay.
And then the sneak
a-
attack.
Dagger?
Yep.
Damn.
Sneak attack. 3d6, twice the dice I said, so 4, 5, 6. All right. $21.
21. Nice.
And
Guys,
then I have my second attack,
go for it.
which is 16.
16. That'll miss. You guys watch as this.
But my first attack.
Yeah, you watch
Looks
as this
crazy.
mysterious person kind of crawls even further up on the back of this creature and just begins to quickly jab its weapon into the back of its head. One of the blows, you just watch as tendons come undone. Part of the jawbone kind of creaks away from its skull as you can just see this gaping wound near its neck from where this individual is just jabbing their dagger into it. That'll finish Aelfa's turn. Jin, you are up. And Medi, you're on deck. We're at the top of the third round.
Nasty beer.
You bastard.
Use Bill Puff. You can get more in 15 minutes.
Can't help it. I get thirsty when I drink.
Okay, I think. All right, Jin, you're up. Medi, you're on deck. Oh, did we lose Jin?
He's muted. Jin, you're muted.
I is muted. I will cast Fathomless Curse on the T-Rex.
Okay. Should be interesting.
It's just a Hexblade's Curse. Just rebrand.
Gotcha.
It's just a rebrand. Okay. 24 for the first die,
That'll hit.
and 27 for the second.
That'll hit as well.
It's just a Hexblade's Curse. Just a rebrand.
Where'd
who's
that
we-
come from?
I'm getting in that. Is that what my voice sounds
the
like?
past?
Sound like melted
Yes.
butter, y'all.
Where's
You're
that
lucky to have me on here.
Where's that feedback
That would be
coming
coming from
I think it's coming from Vendrina. She had to cut her camera real quick.
Gotcha.
She probably put it right next to like the Twitch camera.
I guess I'll just roll damage.
Go for it.
Oh,
Roll that damage, butter voice.
9 points for the first one. Oh wow,
me, I
and
didn't
10
have
points for
any
the second
volume.
one. So 19 points total.
Nice.
Force damage.
Yeah, this thing's starting to look a little bit rough. I mean, it's taken quite a bit of damage from all of you. It's like got pieces of meat and skin from all the different wounds and physical strikes from everybody. It's looking a little rough, but he's still in the fight.
That'll be it for me. I'll just keep floating 60 feet away.
Okay. With that, Medi, you are up, and then the lair will be on deck.
All right.
Evil layers.
So I'm going to do a dumb thing that could possibly kill me, but let's go absolutely for broke, shall we, boys?
Berta.
Maledict.
Berta.
2. Okay. Use another of my blood maledicts. That's the last one for thing for short rest, and I'll also use a blood curse.
This
Crimson
this
Right.
feels familiar, like campaign 2, episode 20 something of a
Thank
certain
God I
campaign.
didn't kill myself. I know I didn't kill myself though. Law averages, baby. All right, I'm going to attempt to stab this guy a whole bunch. First one has advantage.
Go for it.
Not just a little, but a whole bunch.
Whole bunch. 24 for
Uh,
the first one.
That'll definitely hit.
Okay, let's try to hit him like a truck, shall we? Mhm.
Like a Mack truck.
Woo! Okay. $29.
29 points of damage. Wow. Describe for me what you're doing.
Okay, so what Medi does in this particular moment is realizes that her acquaintances here and yourself are probably in a good bit of danger, trusting that maybe Omni might still have some juice to be able to bring her back if she dies. Maybe, based on that face, I don't think he does, but he doesn't know that. What she does is slices one of her hands, and as it comes away, it is lights up the short sword with lightning and stabs directly into the brand of castigation that's like on this T-Rex's chest.
Watch his bone, meat, and gristle explode backwards and begin to slough off the creature. It rears back and roars this beefy roar. It now is completely aware of you.
Wonderful. So I should stab him again. Got it. Or attempt to, because he has a very high AC. 12. So, nope. I just look at around me, and Omni's up there, and everybody's on there, and I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'll just die quietly.
I'm right in front of you.
Oh, except for Gathard.
Yeah,
I look at
Gathar's like
Gathard.
literally right there by you.
You
I
just
look
didn't
at
look
Gathard
down.
missing chunks
Just-
out of my body and just like bleeding out of all of my orifices.
You thought the hairy thing in
I'm
front of
trying
her
to
was
decide
more-
what is like the most disturbing image. A bloody Medi that's like missing chunks, or a naked furry goblin thingy.
Or a bloody T-Rex with the frozen leg and
the
chunks.
jaw
and
half
everything.
hanging off.
Yeah, just jaws detached. It's just like, could it? Is it capable of biting still with the damage it's done to its jaw?
Mhm.
Since I got some tendons in there.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
awesome.
overall, it's just getting weaker from all the damage. But I mean, it's still in the fight. And then all along the beach and out in the water near you, Jin, you guys begin to watch as lava bombs begin to land. I need everybody to make dex saves, please.
I really don't think it's gonna matter.
I have to make one for the T-Rex too.
12.
Dirty 20.
14.
19.
Thank God for dirty
19 as
freaking-
well.
So if you
Uncanny dodge.
rolled a 17 or higher, you saved. You only take a little bit of splash damage from the lava bombs that are now landing all along the beach. However, the
Protect
Rather
you
have
from
some-
the back of the T-Rex.
However, the T-Rex rolled a natural 1. So
Yes.
it got slammed quite majorly as well. Well,
You said
this
0 damage to everybody, right?
Well, so for those of you that saved,
lava.
you take 18 points of fire damage. For those of you who didn't save, you take 36 points of fire damage.
Well, you said
So for the death roll,
dodge off
The
the back
death
of the
roll?
T-Rex.
is it double the current HP you have? Or
I think it's double
no,
your
your
max,
max.
HP.
It's double your
Okay.
max.
Okay,
18
to
points
know.
for saving.
Correct.
It's lava.
This
Can
is
I
Don't
good.
fuck with the
Any dodge?
lava.
This is fun. All right. Do you want us to leave the room and like?
No, because
Are-
you
are
got to
we
roll your
doing
death
the-
saves.
Yeah, you got to roll your death saves
Do
first.
I though?
Yeah.
Can't you just do it at this point? Like,
So with that,
Does
Con-
the
Like an
T-Rex's
everything.
failure affect my uncanny dodge?
that's a good question. Because the T-Rex took a direct shot in the back of the head and has come apart and is currently on fire, slammed to the ground.
Fire in the water?
Well, no, they're not in the water. You guys are on the beach.
I know.
Jen's in the water.
Jen's in the water, but I,
was hoping the
believe
T-Rex,
Jen might
fell
be
into the water.
no, he's kind of further back from the shoreline than everybody else. But Jen, are you unconscious in the shore, in the water?
Oh, yep.
Okay. Jen, your unconscious form is floating out there. Medi, are you still on your feet?
So, remember that whole you can't decide which is the more disturbing image. You can't tell if it's the chunks of Medi that are missing, if it's a naked thing. Maybe my next entry that I could give to you in that contest is the lava chunk that falls off of the T-Rex's head and just like plants on my face and just like melts my head off or something. Because 36 damage to a person that had 2 hit points.
It's a bit rough. So Medi falls.
Medi smells like brisket.
So Gatharn, you watch. Well, Gatharn, give me a deck save.
Uncanny dodge.
Yeah, I'll say for Aelpha, you can avoid the damage, but give me an acrobatics as your.
I still take half, but it was important half.
Yeah.
22.
Okay, so Gatharn, you manage to shift out of the way as the T-Rex begins to collapse nearby. Medi's unconscious form. I'll say you're able to drag her towards you. The tentacle goes out of existence, correct, Jin?
Yes.
Okay. Jin, you're unconscious somewhere out in the water, floating in the water. Omni, I need you to... Well, no, Omni, you fail your first death save because you fall off the rock onto the ground, taking 4 points of falling damage as you auto-fail, and you automatically fail your first death save, and your unconscious form lands on the ground. As the T-Rex is collapsing underneath you, Aelpha, now go ahead and give me acrobatics.
Definitely that. I'm fine. This is fine. Meme.
28.
28. You land alongside where the now inert and dead form of the T-Rex lies on the ground. All around you, for those of you that are still conscious, Gatharn and Aelpha, there's lava bombs.
First thing I do is I'm going to stabilize Medi.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check, please.
While he's doing that, I'm going to try and drag unconscious bodies out of the water onto the shore.
19.
Okay.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, 19.
Okay, Medi, you are now stabilized, but still unconscious with 1 hit point. And I'll say for you, Aelpha, you managed to make it out into the water and a lava bomb lands near you. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
After I've stabilized Medi, I'm making my way over to Omni to stabilize them.
Okay.
17.
17. You find the unconscious form of Jin floating in the water. You reach over to grab him. Jin, go ahead and give me a death save, please. Omni, go ahead and give me a second death save, please.
That's another 19 to stabilize Omni.
Okay. What'd you get for your death save, Omni?
Well, does Gatharn... Are we in initiative still?
Kind of.
Okay, I was going to say Gatharn in that line would have gone once,
Sure.
and then it would have been my turn, and you would have gone again. So this death save is...
Don't roll a 1.
Yeah, don't roll a 1. That's mostly what I wanted to check for.
It's a 3. It's a 3, so that's
Okay.
2 death saves failed.
So as you make your way over to him, Gatharn, you manage to see that the wound is causing Omni to bleed out from underneath their neck. They took a severe wound. You clasp both your hands onto the neck, stabilizing Omni. Omni, you have 1 hit point, but you are still unconscious at this point. What'd you get,
You're
Jen?
gonna have to sacrifice the loot to drag your guys' asses away.
Jen, what'd you get for your death save?
How much do you two weigh?
Jen, you're muted.
17.
17 will be a success. And currently, Aelpha, you are dragging the unconscious form of Jin towards the shore, and you manage to bring him back over where Gatharn is currently working on both Omni and Medi's unconscious forms. Meanwhile, all around you, the earth begins to tremor. The island begins to tremor even more. Fissures are now cracking and opening up as another massive eruption off somewhere near the very center of the island goes off. We're currently out of initiative. What would the two of you...
I'm gonna stabilize Jin.
Okay, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
That's a 20, dirty 20.
30-20. Jin, you have 1 hit point, but still unconscious at this point. So Aelpha and Gatharn, you are on the beach. Lava bombs are still going off. What would the two of you
waking them up?
Wake them up, yeah.
I mean, you could try. It's mostly the amount of traumatic damage they took, and stabilizing them.
How much do you guys weigh?
136 pounds.
I probably put it down in my character sheet. Let me see.
I could probably carry one.
143.
So I'll say, Alpha, you could carry Jin.
I can carry Medi. Oh, I can carry Jin. Okay.
Yeah, you could carry Jin.
How much do you weigh, Omni?
It's fluid.
Yeah, it varies.
Your
It
current
varies.
form, how much would you say your current form weighs?
In the current form, we would probably be. Oh, see, now I need to switch back over here because that framing is different. All right, no, wrong way.
Alive,
Right,
107.
right, boom. Okay, so yes, Omni would be in this form probably around 150.
All right, that's 290. I'm going to be encumbered, but I can carry both of them. But I won't be able to carry the loot.
I just need to be awakened.
You guys aren't waking up. I've already tried that.
Forget them.
We
Take
said
the loot.
Fair.
So I'll drag the heaviest one that I can carry to try and keep the encumbrance to a minimum.
All right, then that would be Omni. Omni's currently the
DM.
heaviest.
But that I can carry.
DM, if we have inspiration from previous things, is there any way that can help us? That's the end of the question. That should have been a help us.
Yeah, I
I
actually
keep forgetting I have inspiration.
Upward
I
inflection.
got like a D8.
I actually kind of like that idea. Give me a con save, Omni.
Yes. Because of my feat, resilient, I have proficiency. Yes, that was my snaps. Oh yeah, dirty 20, baby.
I would say, what inspiration do you currently have?
It just says inspiration.
It would have been the bardic inspiration from Raziel's mail.
Yeah, so was that a D6 or a D8? I think it was a D6, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I got D8 for whooping what's his face's ass.
Yeah, so Omni, go ahead and give me a D6.
That's the 6.
Yep, you get
Hopefully
6.
that's a good thing.
You get 6 hit points back. You
Oh,
are
thank God.
now conscious and aware of everything around you that I've described for both Ifiola and Gatharn.
Okay, so lava bombs falling. I'm probably over somebody's shoulder, like getting jostled a little bit, and come back to. Oh, spit out a bit of blood. And I'll tap Gatharn on the shoulder and Gatharn, well done. Well done. Please let us.
All right, I set Omni down. I hand hit them Medi, and I grab the loot.
Okay.
Well done. I with carrying Medi, since I
Because the
am
loot's also my
touching-
clothes.
This is true.
And this is now
That's-
naked Gatharn running
Thank
around.
you. Yes, this is great.
Big old Zohan bush. He's the biggest.
Since I
Well,
am
yeah, it's
holding,
been 3 years.
It's
of growth,
like
so-
my beard. It's like my beard just on my crotch. I can braid it.
Please don't.
Yeah, please.
At least
don't.
cover something.
It's basically covered though, right? Because it's like
Yeah.
Well,
it's,
Yeah,
it's
but it has-
self-centered.
You see like a little like
You're
robin's egg
passed
in there.
out, Jin. You don't
If he braids it,
This is
then
not
it doesn't
gin.
for anything.
This is not the
Oh,
gin
this-
voice.
This is. We can't tell. We can't tell.
It's so buttery.
Buttery smooth, like it belongs on your pancakes, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so moving on. Since Medi's in my arms, I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level because
After all I've done for you.
yet again, that's all I got, baby. So that will be 2d8 plus 5 health, so that you wake your ass up.
While they're doing that, I've got the loot and I'm booking it towards freaking Raylene.
Okay.
And meanwhile, the stranger is carrying Jin.
You're not
Well-
a stranger. We've seen you on the
You've
ship.
seen me.
12 points of healing, Medi. You're conscious and stable and able to carry yourself So I probably have you like baby cradle, and you just see a glow from my hands and the palms under your legs and like on your shoulder or around your.
Currently, you
body
guys are
somehow.
running along the beach
You heal.
shore. Aelfla, you've got Jin. Omni, you set Medi down. Gatharn,
Yep.
you've got the loot back in your possession. All of you are running along the shoreline as more
Don't
lava
rob me of this
bombs.
moment, Jason.
Huh?
Don't rob me of this moment.
As these lava bombs are falling, I need everyone to make fresh deck saves, please.
Okay, but
I
first,
refuse.
I didn't get to
refuse.
do a bonus action. No, I'm just
Is
kidding.
my
Not an
dex
initiative.
save affected by the fact that I'm
First.
carrying somebody?
I'd say it's a disadvantage, but at the same rate, though, you are quite adept. But it's a strength disadvantage.
Not
I'll
a dex.
Yeah, it's not a dex. So I'll say you can make a normal dex save.
18.
Okay, that'll save.
I just want to say, as I come back from being unconscious,
That we're
there's
about
like
to die.
a moment of like startled, and then like the tiniest moment of like,
Hope.
and then like, ah, fire.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
24.
24.
We're gonna die.
Okay. Medi.
Awesome.
That's a 4 for a 12.
Okay. Omni.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say for your sake, Fiola, you and Jin pass because
Woohoo.
you're carrying him. Omni, what'd you get?
19.
19.
Dex
You
save.
saved. Medi,
It
you're
doesn't
the
matter. We still die.
Medi, you're the only one that didn't save. So that's 18 points of
fucker.
fire
See,
damage.
that's what you get when you take the time to be snuggly for a moment. I'm unconscious.
You're wasting precious moments to run.
You watch as this lava bomb
As
goes
he's
off
referencing,
nearby.
he just keeps going.
The percussion from it kind of slams into Medi, knocking her back unconscious at your feet, Omni. As Gatharn goes racing by carrying the loot, as this strange woman goes racing by carrying Jen, and you're standing there looking down at the unconscious form of Medi.
As
might be
Fiola is
ahead.
running by, Jin kind of just cuddles in closer and just leave her.
It's nice and cozy. It's like a fur rug back there.
I was going to say, you're still furry.
Only for another few seconds, because it only lasts like a minute. So after combat, as we're running.
Yeah,
I'll
as you
probably
guys
that-
are all
inch
running
back,
up along the
losing my
beach,
extra 10.
Omni, you're
Is
standing
that
there
like
looking.
a primal savagery thing?
Oh,
a
okay, I run back to Omni,
Okay.
and I'm going to give him bolstering magic. Roll a d3, creature regains 1 expended spell slot, the level of which equals the number rolled or lower. Creature's choice. Once a creature receives the benefit, that creature can't receive it again until after a long rest.
Gotcha. You guys are really dumping everything you have, aren't you?
We don't have a
I want to
choice.
keep the loot!
You did this to us, Jason. Stop acting surprised.
I'm just
I
taking a
merely
nap.
narrate
The
the
easiest
rolls,
job.
man. I don't know what you talk
That-
about.
That being said, you said D3s. 1 and 2
Oh.
will be 1, 2 and 3 will be 2.
No, 3 and 4.
No, 1 and
3
2
and
is
4 will
1.
be 2.
Yeah.
5 and
4 is 2,
6 will
5
be
and 6
3.
is 3.
round
And
down.
I get the number of, or I get a spell slot or lower that I roll. So the
Yeah.
highest I can get would be a 3rd, which I don't have. So I'm hoping.
2.
Yes.
I got a 4. So that's a
2.
second
Level
level
2.
spell slot. Beautiful. That is going to be super handy right now when I cast the same fucking spell to try and bring Medi back. So I feel like
You're
as there
running.
was this like tender moment of like the glowing hands and then like a little bit of vitality coming back into Medi's eyes. We look down at her, our eyes open, and then immediately a lava splat just like lands on her face and just like and Omni's just like
Oh, the scar tissue is going to be just horrific.
so once again I'll scoop her up and place my palm directly on her face. I'm like, no, and cast Cure Wounds again at 2nd level.
Go for it.
So
That was such a legitimate squeak.
2d8 plus 5, I almost wrote 2d6. That's not it. 9, 14 points back to you.
Okay, all of you are now sprinting at your fastest pace. Medi, you come back to consciousness just in time to watch a series of lava bombs land further down the beach and further up the beach. A naked Gatharn is racing with the big giant bag of loot. Aelfa is very much further ahead, racing towards where the tandems are beached near the camp that is now frantically being thrown down, and the crews are attempting to load the tandems as fast as they can. They're waving at you guys to hurry the fuck up and run, and you're all running and running. Those of you sprinting, which is all of you except Jen, give me con saves, please. I want to see how...
I grab Omni's arm as they put me back down again and just cast Expeditious Retreat on them.
Okay.
That's 24 for me.
Okay.
19.
My girl.
Okay. Omni and Medi, con saves, please.
Right.
Yeah, my base movement's 40, so I'm moving basically 100 and...
Yeah, but you're
60 feet.
encumbered, so I was checking for exhaustion.
No, remember, I grabbed enough loot so that I wouldn't be encumbered, but on the brink of
Oh, that's right. You're
encumbrance.
not carrying anybody, so that's fine. It's a normal con check. So Omni, Medi, what'd you get?
18.
16.
16. You all are winded. You are all struggling to... I don't know if anyone's ever jogged on the sand before. It ain't easy. You're
Right,
all...
what that Rocky movie shows you.
You're all winded, and you make it into the main camp just in time to watch one of the tents just explode in flame and lava as the lava bombs are now falling. You hear Raleen, fucking forget the tents, get in the fucking tandems! And you watch as the crews are now rushing into the tandems. All of you are getting in the tandems. The boats get pushed off into the water, lava bombs dropping and falling everywhere around you. The crews are rowing as quick as they can off of the shore. You're just watching as this island is collapsing in on itself and a fresh explosion of eruption. And you watch as this massive wave just of force emanates outward, causing the tandems to kind of creak and shift. You watch as people panicked are now rowing as fast as they can. You hear a thunking sound as the tandems run into the side of the ship anchored out in the bay. Everybody's now scrambling up the rope bridges. The sails are automatically being let loose. So you can see little minor pockets of burn damage. You can see where a couple of the sailors are putting out fires that have erupted on the deck of the ship. All of you are now brought up onto the deck of the ship. The tandems are being tied off and hoisted up. Everything is exploding and moving quickly. You can feel the water. And then there's silence. The eruption kind of stops for a moment, collapses in on itself. And there's an eerie kind of silence nearby.
We didn't do it!
You're welcome.
Seems to be a pause, a kind of strange pause. You're all on deck. How would all of you like to... Well, Jin is still technically unconscious unless you wake them up. That I leave up to you guys. The deck is a flurry with activity of people moving and shifting about. The sails are dropping. Spot fires are being put out. Those of you that are conscious, what would you like to do to help get this ship underway as quickly as possible?
I do my job as a bosun.
Okay.
That's
Fair
fun.
enough.
And I point at the bag of loot and it's like, that's mine.
I'm going to set Jin down on something relatively soft and secured, a pile
Okay.
of ropes, extra sails, something, and then
Bag of
pick up
loot.
whatever my duties were.
And I take some rope to tie my new hammer to myself.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can you put on clothes?
Well, I'm going to describe something that I'm going to
I'm
do
used to
other
being
than
naked.
just I do my job.
Okay. Yeah.
I run over to
I appreciate
the mast
that.
and use my ability to spider climb to help raise the sails.
Okay. Omni, what would you like to do?
We are going to... Well, we don't have a role on the ship really yet, so immediately we are going to try and like spring into action and then remember, this is not our ship. We are not first mate, and we weren't really assigned a role, so we're not really sure. We really want to help, and try and do something. But yelling out other people's orders isn't really gonna do much at this point. So
Yeah. Amathi would be like, no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, sweetie, this is my job.
Yeah, she would not like that. So we're gonna go over to Jin and just lean down and get really close and just
Take the
stare at
rapier.
him. Just
Very
stare at
passionate
him.
woman.
Stare at him while he's sleeping. Just kinda tempting. It's tempting.
All this
to just
chaos, and then
slap
there's like
him
this
away.
moment of like the freaking romantic moment in a movie that doesn't seem like it should actually be going on because bombs are going off. It's like
Yeah.
freeze.
It looks really-
This is
really,
a fantasy
really-
role-playing game, and I will fantasize and roleplay however I want, sir.
It makes it
Sound
seem like
bombs
there's this
and-
like really sweet, like intimate moment as he's getting closer, and then he'll just flick your nose and cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level. So you'll get 2d8 plus 5.
So, Gatharin,
Uh,
you make your way down into the gunner's rack, and you're beginning to try to secure the powder, the ammunition, as well as check on the condition of the ship itself. You're gathering up as much information as you can in regards to damage. Ifiola,
Yeah.
you are helping secure rigging for the mast and for the sails.
Got it.
Medi,
It
you're
can heal.
using that spider climb ability to swing from point to point, making it so that the sails are dropping as fast as they can. You feel the wind catch the ship lurching forward as the ship begins to make its speed, its wind speed. It gets the wind and it begins to take off. Omni, you've managed to awaken Jin, and you can feel the ship kind of bulkle and kind of get moving. The sailors are, all the members of the crew are running about. There's pandemonium and chaos everywhere. But you bring Jin back to consciousness.
Oh, I
Oh.
had the most pleasant dream, Captain. I was nestled in a big bundle of sheepskin, and I was just
Save it,
sleeping
save
and
it.
napping.
Jin,
What? Ow!
pull yourself together, sailor.
You just did 2d8 points of damage. Quick question: what did we do with the flag? Did we just keep it with the bag of loot, or Medi, did you keep it?
I think
Medi
Medi
has
kept it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's a cloak on Medi right now.
Yeah, she tied it like a
I did describe
cape.
us as wearing like a cloak.
Yeah, like a cape.
Okay.
Like, tied it off like a
Then it's a
cape.
good thing we grabbed you.
You were gonna leave me behind if I didn't.
I was gonna grab you anyways, because well, you're a crew member. You're with us on the Maximizer.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
Jin's still here though.
there it is,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, there.
There it is. So after that revival, and I'll do the arm clasp and the pull up to help him up. I'll look
Oh,
for.
this seems like everybody's in a hurry, Captain. What's going on?
We have to get out of here. Are you okay? Let's.
I mean, I'm fine.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
it seems like we're going already. I don't know what else we can do.
I was really hoping to get a T-Rex tooth.
If you want to go back
Look
and
to
get
the
one,
first mate.
that's fine.
Follow orders.
And then I just
Um,
keep staring at Omni.
You guys watch as the first mate Amath is there, the bosun the bosun Labash is there, Captain Raylene is there. All of them are barking out orders, trying to get the crew under control. The silence is suddenly broken by the loudest explosion you've ever heard as you watch the entire island vaporize. Behind it, you can see a great spilling of fresh lava up and into the sky. And this great wall of energy, flame, and just the edge of the beginnings of tsunami bursting outwards from this point. And it seems to be heading directly for the ship.
Well, that's not something you see every day, huh, Captain?
What would you guys like to do? The crew is now frantic. Things have picked up. Everybody's barking orders and trying to maintain some semblance of order, but chaos is reigning. Discipline is beginning to break down. You watch as two of the sailors jump off the edge of the ship. People are beginning
got
to
this.
abandon ship.
I
Well, that's
start
not very
smacking
fun.
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
from my
grab
position
anyone
up
that's running
on the
past.
mast, just start yelling down at the wall. We're all going to go down with this ship, unless you all can get your shit together. Work together. Stop running.
Give
And
me,
just try to
give me,
direct.
yeah, give me persuasion.
Persuasion or
I'm-
intimidation?
Well, you're pretty far up on the mast. It's hard to take in your body language, but they can hear your voice. I would say it's more persuasive.
And I'm gonna run up to the guy that's steering the boat.
The helmsman. He's like,
Yeah, that dude.
we're gonna die for sure. I know it. We're gonna fucking die.
Slap the fuck out of him.
Why'd you do that? You just want to hit me before we die. I mean, if that's what you're into, we could do that. But I'm just saying.
Focus. Let's steer this bitch. Let's surf this fucker. It's gonna be great.
So
I just
Cathard,
want
if
to
if you're gonna take over the helm, I need you to give me a survival check. Maddie, how'd you do on your persuasion?
Oh, if you'd like me to illustrate this. Stand up there yelling at everybody. Absolutely nobody even looks in my general direction at all. And there's
Did
just
you all
if
hear?
an undead thing can flush?
You said survival?
Yes, please.
That's a dirty 20.
30-20. For you, Medi, the explosion and the wind whipping by you is like making it impossible for anyone to hear you. There's people off looking in different directions. A couple of people jump off the edge. People are scampering and running around. Both Labash and Amath are like pulling people, trying to get them under control. With all this chaos going on, Omni and Jin and Afiola, what are the three of you doing? Catharn, you watch, and I'll say Catharn, you see race towards the helm where he's taken over. Medi is somewhere up in the mast yelling down at the crew. The three of you are on the main deck at this point.
I'm
I'm
grabbing
doing this
crewmen,
to save the loot.
preferably under my rank, but I'm going to grab anyone that comes nearby, physically grab them, hand them the rope, and be like, secure this.
Oh,
Do not move from this spot. You are securing this rope.
because they can hear and see you, give me intimidation on that one.
And I'm going to just keep doing that randomly to people to get them to do something.
Okay.
I got a magic hammer.
16.
16. You seem to be having an impact. Omni and Jin, you can see where one of the new crew members that you've met through them coming out of the jungle being chased by an undead T-Rex is
No
now
longer
doing
in
a pretty
feral form.
decent job of trying to get the crew under control. Medi is still up there managing the sails and trying to keep the crew from abandoning the mast. Catharn is at the helm. You and Jin are in the very center of the deck of this ship as this massive force of energy and flame is racing in your direction.
Gatharn is laughing like a madman because this is awesome.
He's very Forrest Gumping right now. Fuck you, Hurricane!
I'm Lieutenant Dan, bitches.
Did you say that there was a wave of fire and energy, or like an
Fire-
actual tsunami water wave?
Like the beginning, because like this is the epicenter of the explosion. So
Yeah.
the energy hasn't had enough time to build. So it's mostly
We're in a pyroclastic cloud.
Yeah, I mean it's mostly
Pre-shocks.
debris, fire, and the energy of the explosion, with just the telltale signs of water beginning to curl up.
Gotcha. Does it look like the energy wave and the debris will reach us and cause harm?
Give me a survival check. Actually, no.
Oh,
Give me a nature check on that one.
I'm also gonna give myself bolstering magic.
Okay.
15.
15. It looks terrifying. It's rather large and getting bigger as it's moving. The ship can't outrun this. But you can see that Catharn is making their best effort to kind of pivot over and get in a position to maybe minimize the damage. The effort that Afiola is doing is to kind of continue to batten down the riggings and to prevent as much damage as possible. Medi's kind of doing similar activity as well with the sails and everything as well. It's at this point you get the distinct feeling this is more about minimizing the damage than evading it at this point.
Okay, so I I will see all of this, and we'll go into just full-blown not caring or worrying about rank or not having a job at all, and try and find the captain as quickly as possible.
Okay, you can see
And
really
run over to them.
and it's easy to see her. The little goblin dressed in her flourished attire. She's pointing and shouting and barking out orders. She sees you come over.
Yeah,
She
really,
looks
really
frantic.
quickly.
Yeah.
Captain, we are not going to outrun this. We have to turn the boat around. We have to drop sail. We need to turn around and head straight for it. If we are caught sideways, or if this thing catches us from behind, we're going to all capsize. We need to go straight towards the wave.
Give me a persuasion check.
Yay.
Plus G.
24.
With that, she grabs you by the shoulder, spins you around. Omni, Alpha, cut the riggings! Shoves you in the direction of where Afiola is. She looks up, Medi, cut the masts! And she's pointing for you to cut the sails. And she goes, Gathon, over, turn us over! And you, Gathon, you recognize that as spinning that helm's wheel as much as you can and putting the very front or the keel of the ship directly into the main force. All the other crew kind of sees this happening. Jin, with all this chaos going on, what are you doing?
Standing at
that
the
happens,
boat. Oh, okay.
Can I just repeat everything that she says in order to try and use my charisma to give everybody advantage on the things that they're doing? Because this is my job former job as a first mate.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, Medi, go ahead and give me
something?
sleight of hand with advantage. Gatharn, go ahead and give me sleight of hand with advantage. Afiola, give me sleight of hand with advantage. Jin, with all this chaos going on around you, what are you doing?
I am at the bowsprit, and I just have both my hands out enjoying the chaos.
Okay.
Just riding the boat.
Poor Medi can't roll tonight.
26, because
Nice.
that was a natural 20 plus my bolstering magic, which gives me a D3 to my ability checks.
I'm almost terrified to ask Medi what she rolled, because whenever she grabs her face like that, it's usually not a
It's a
good
good
sign.
thing. She's tricking us. She rolled a
So-
natural 20.
So what happened was, I saw the first die that I rolled, and it was a 2. And I was like, thank goodness for the advantage, because the other die was behind my monitor. Fish it out, it's a 4.
4.
Nice.
Medi, give me dex save with disadvantage, please.
I should have given Medi a bolstering
I was
magic.
going to ask you if you wanted to hear my plan that was probably going to kill me, but I don't think that's relevant.
No, it could be.
With disadvantage, still pretty good because I have a good deck save. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. 16.
16. Describe for me what you were doing just before you fall off the mast.
Oh, good. Okay. Hearing, basically, I want to, crouch down and hear their instructions and give them a look okay. And just run on the crossbeam of the mast and just start, cutting all of the ropes. Just.
And as you get to the end and watch the sail collapse down and the ship dramatically begin to slow, it causes you to lurch backwards as you fall 20 feet to the deck of the ship, taking 12 points of falling damage.
Maybe.
As a reaction, yeah, we'll see if you can min half that damage. Because, you're rolling so stellar tonight.
I'm going to roll a 17 plus whatever.
I rolled a 17.
You're welcome!
That's
That's straight up
25.
creepy. I don't like that. That's creepy.
Can I see if I can somehow
Arn
use the
is a
scale that's
mystic.
falling to help her with the fall to take less damage even?
As your reaction, give
Dive
me
under her.
give me a dex check. So, Medi, what'd you get for your dex save?
No, you said
Oh,
acrobatics.
sorry, acrobatics.
25.
25. As you're falling, Efiola, what'd you get for your dex check?
22.
You watch as Afiola brings the now severed sail that's quite heavy and wet and difficult to pull, but she does it at the last minute and trundles over and bunches it up right next to the mainmast, where you slam into that, but manage to catch yourself at the same time, taking only 2 points of follow damage from the effect. Medi and Afiola, you're now standing there, both of you near the mainmast. Gatharn is heaving over. Gatharn, you've got this thing aimed directly at the force wave that's coming at the ship. Give me a strength check to make sure you can maintain balance on this helm. And Omni, what are you doing right now?
I was cutting the other things.
So go ahead and give me sleight of hand as well.
That is 19.
Okay.
14.
14. You managed to cut about half of the other rigging to cause the lower sails to begin to collapse in. All of the masts and the parts that kind of hold everything stabilized are kind of all collapsing and swinging free. The rest of the crew is doing their best to try to batten them down. There are a handful of people leaping off into the water, but not many. Amath and Labash are running to secure the main holds of the deck. You watch as Raleen stands there, looks at the direction that Gatharn has turned everything in, sees all of you and the remaining crew up on deck, and she just looks around. Below. Down below now! Everybody down!
Does this ship have oars by any chance?
No, it does not. It is a true...
Okay, just a sailing.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
That, Labash...
As soon as she said that, I was like, got it.
Yeah.
I grab my loot bag and I go down below.
As Labash is holding open the hold, get down there, you gits, now, get down. You watch as the remaining of the crew is going down. Gatharn, you make it down. Ifyola, you make it down. Jin, Omni, and Medi, what are you doing as the crews are all the sailors now racing towards the only remaining hold that's not secure? Everything else has been battened down at this point. The energy wave is rising and definitely getting close. You're beginning to feel the heat of the fire as it's getting very close at this point. Medi, what are you doing?
Oh.
Sorry, Jin. See, if I can't
No
see
worries.
you, I don't always know.
Okay. No worries.
So, everybody's wounds that were running were they're cauterized, right?
No. I mean, the smorgasbord of the smell on the deck is tempting enough, but you kind of look at the opening of the hold and you're like, that's just a fucking cafeteria down there
With
for
the
you.
amount of times my guts have been ripped out today, yeah. Maybe be looking voracious.
And don't forget, Shannon, you owe me a chart.
Oh, yes, I do.
We need to do that because I would be making you roll on that chart right now.
Okay. Hang on. Okay. If it's like a charisma save or whatever, like it was before, it's still like an 18.
Okay. You maintain control for now, but you are still on the main deck. You haven't gone down into the hold yet.
Yep. I run in that general direction and try to plug my nose.
Raylene notices your demeanor as you enter, and she hands you a familiar bottle that she's handed you before. Keep it under control, please. Things are going to be tough enough. And she shoves you down the stairwell.
I suspect it won't matter for much longer.
She just looks at you, her eyes wide, and she continues to help the rest of the crew down. Jin and Omni. Jin, what are you doing? As most of the crew has now made it to the hold and disappearing down below.
Jin will skip over to the helm, and Gatharn was kind of in a rush, but he secures the rope onto the steering.
Okay.
To make sure it keeps true direction.
Give me sleight of hand. Let's see how well you perform that.
Oh, not bad. At 19
Okay.
plus, I think it's just plus 4.
23.
Oh, plus 7 actually.
Ooh, 26. Sleight of hand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You do an excellent job of lashing the rope down. You find a good brace block to kind of tie it off to another chain, and you've got this thing now secured. It looks like you did a pretty good job of securing it, but you can now feel the heat. This energy waves getting closer.
Yep, he will make his way down.
Okay, you start sprinting towards the hold. Omni, what are you doing?
Just waiting for everybody to get there.
You and
Once
Raylene are the
everybody's down.
you
Last, yeah.
you, Raylene, and Labash are the last three on deck. As you watch Jin's backside kind of disappear down into the hold, just in time to watch this 50-foot wall of force fire energy and debris about to slam into the ship.
So I didn't say we went down yet.
Nope.
I just said we were going to be the last one to go
Yeah.
down. So if Raylene gets in, we're not certain that the ship is going to remain intact.
Okay.
So we have the clever idea that under the water, the shockwave or the fire and all the stuff isn't going to be as difficult. We'll still have to deal with the actual water wave, but we'll slam the door down.
Okay, Labash pushes Raylene down. Labash is about to grab onto you to throw you down into the hold.
Grab him. Labash is a guy, right? That's the big guy.
Labash is a big half-orc that got into a fist fight with Gatharn.
With Gatharn. Cool.
Mhm.
I teabagged him.
Yeah. I'll just look at Labash and tell him, protect the captain, get down, make sure everybody stays safe.
Who the fuck you think you are, mate? And he grabs you by the front of your scruff and begins to grapple you down into the hold. Go ahead and contest it if you want.
I will contest it.
So either acrobatics or athletics.
Bad choice. Get pulled under. Get yanked off.
Giggity.
Wanked off.
Wait,
Pulled off?
Oh, plus force. 21.
21. He rolled a 20. Dirty 20. His grip slips and you counter shove him and he's
under the way and kick him
he's
down.
imbalanced and he goes tumbling down the stairs as you drop the hold on top. There's a latch that kind of automatically clicks and clacks into place. And the amount of heat on your backside is super intense as you watch.
Sprint to the edge, dive off, transform into my Triton form that I was previously in, and dive under the water.
Okay, go ahead and give me a dex save, please.
Okay, and I'm just swimming down as deep as I can with my breathy breath.
Okay.
Breathing underwater ability. Yes. Okay, not as good as I thought. 17.
17. You take 12 points of fire damage as your backside is lashed with flame. Halved to 6, because you did save.
I've got 7 points of
You
hits.
son of a bitch. Okay, so 6 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you still conscious?
Yep.
Okay. You into the water, change it into your Triton form, and you just start frantically swimming as deep as you can. You're not making any headway as you feel the reverse force of the water being sucked towards the energy that's coming towards the ship. You're being pulled up and down into this massive wave that's beginning to form. As you crest up into it, you're partially up into the energy of this wave. Go ahead and give me a strength save really quick.
A strength save, really? Not athletics?
Yeah. You're trying to maintain your like physical form within this wave that's about to tumble you around.
Natural 20.
With your bonus? Strength save.
I forgot what it was.
Strength save.
Oh, strength save. Plus 1, 21.
DC was a 20. As you crest the wave, you watch as you're about to crash into the mast of the ship. But you use the force and energy of the wave to kick backwards, and you're now swimming down the front side into the backside of the force of wave. And you're
I'm just body surfing.
You're kind of like falling because you picked your Triton form, so I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt on controlling your environment. But you watch as the full force of this thing slams just kind of directly into the front, the thinnest portion of the ship. You watch as part of the mast cracks and collapses. You watch as the front of the ship leaps up and boom, gets slammed back down. Everybody in the hold, go ahead and give me deck saves, please, to maintain your balance.
My first good deck save, 24 for
Okay.
natural 20 for 24.
Okay.
15.
15 will fail.
27.
Fuck.
27 will pass. Medi?
I hope so.
Yeah, that'll fail.
Roll
So
the 3, so an 11.
yeah, Gatharn and Medi take the full 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you're essentially tossed around the interior of the hold. Afiola and
I blame
Jin.
holding my loot bag.
Afiola and Jin take half damage, so 9 points. As the interior of the hold, everybody's now being tossed. Some are being knocked instantly unconscious. People are being knocked back and forth, up and down, as both the keel and the aft portion of the ship just up and down. And Omni, you splash on the other side of the force energy, but you can see now they're bobbing, slightly on fire, heavily damaged, but not listing yet that you can tell is the ship. For all of you in the hold, what is our condition?
How much damage did you say it was?
18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Solid. I look around, hearing Omni's voice up there arguing, and I see Jin, I see Gatharn, I see my new friend here that helped me not die, and say aloud for a moment, "Wait, where's Omni?" And then this happens, and I crack my head on the floor, bleeding out again.
The unconscious form of Medi is kind of lolling in a slight puddle of water. For the rest of you in the hold, Jin, you make your way over to Medi. But for Afiola and Gatharn, give me perception checks.
Oh, wait. That's only on ability
10.
checks. Okay. Perception. 17 plus 4. 21 plus 2. So 23.
So Afiola, you pick yourself up the ground and you realize you're wet and you're about ankle deep in seawater. Gatharn, you look past through where all the crew is like kind of picking themselves up and looking around. You can see past where Afiola is and past the center hold. Jin is working on Medi, and you can see where a part of the hold's plank has buckled in near the front of the ship, and water is now spraying into the hold.
I yell at Labash, and I point as I'm going towards it while dragging my loot bag.
And as you do that, you can see the broken form of Labash up against the hold itself. You can see where a beam has crushed him from shoulder to midstern, and his guts have spilled out, and he's bleeding out as he has failed 2 death saves already.
Oh no.
I point at other crew members that I think are part of Labash's crew as far as bosuns, shit like that. Point to the freaking break in the freaking wall, tell them to seal it up, and then I run over to Labash and start patching him up.
Okay. You watch as Raleen is pulling sailors up from their knees and elbows, pushing them towards where the crack in the hold is. You see tarpaulins and tar and hammer and nails being pulled up towards the front. This is so Dust Boat. I love it. You can see tarpaulin and nails, and everyone's doing their best to make their way up there. Afiola, you watch as Amath, the first mate, comes tearing by you and grabs you by the arm, pulls you towards to kind of help deal with this now flooding section of the front of the boat. Jin, you're over by Medi. What are you doing?
I
That's
point
a
my
22
finger.
for my medicine check.
Okay.
I point at the where the gap is in the boat. My eyes turn blue, and I say seal, and I'll cast shape water and freeze that section over to stem whatever flow of water there is.
Everybody stops, stunned, as they're hammering planks and putting up tarpaulins, and they just watch as the fracture freezes and kind of spiders out from where it's been sealed. The water no longer spraying into the hold of the ship. Medi, give me a death save since Jin chose to do that instead.
10.
10. That's a success, I believe, right? Just barely?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh boy. I see Medi's special. Let's call it medicine. And I'm like, that's interesting. I'll uncork it and I'll waft it under her nose. Like, come on,
Like
you,
smelling salts.
yeah, you know you want it.
Give me
Come on now.
give me a medicine check.
Okay. Thank God for a high roll. 16 plus 2, 18.
18. I'm good with that. Medi, you're cold. You're uncomfortable. You bruised. You hurt. Everything about this day has been total fucking shit. Your eyes blaze open for some reason as you smell something very coppery and extremely scrumptious. Give me a charisma save with give me a charisma save with disadvantage, please.
I was going to say, is it Jin's hand or the bottle?
It's the bottle, but right now it's hard for you to discern the difference. You screech in your full form past the bottle being held. You have now latched your fangs into the neck of Jin and you bite down. Jin, what's the sensation she's going to get when she bites into your neck?
That's a good question. Have you guys been to the dentist and you know when they've numbed you all up and you still feel that pressure when they drill into your teeth?
Mhm.
That's what she feels. That sensation. Like there's no fluid, there's nothing coming out. It's just that sensation as she tries to get that blood of a drill going into a dull bone.
Medi, the frustration you feel is beyond anything you've ever felt before. Hold on, because she did not get any blood, so she is furious at this point. She's in her full form. Medi, give me 3 unarmed strikes against Jin.
After all I've done for you.
God damn it! The first one's a natural 20.
Okay.
Can I use impeccable footwork here? I know she's got her fangs in me, but
Yeah, I'm okay with that. We'll say that cancels the 20. She still hits you, but it cancels the critical damage of it by you're kind of like sliding, trying to pull her off and move away. So we'll let that play out. 2 more attacks, Medi.
at disadvantage, please.
Snack pack.
Your 2 additional attacks will be at disadvantage as Jin is using their footwork to avoid you.
13.
No.
13 will miss.
And another 15.
No.
So with that, you release Jin, but go ahead and roll damage for the first one. Or actually, it's unarmed. It's whatever you're unarmed.
Well, okay. So question.
Okay.
Because
Yes,
because
fang
of the way
damage.
that you have phrased it.
Yeah, because you're in your form.
Well, my form doesn't change. I just have my fangs out.
Right. Right.
Because I am using my bite. Am I using that damage or regular unarmed damage? Because they are different.
I'll say you're using your bite because he's forcing you off of him.
Got it.
And that way you're kind of like tearing away from his throat. I like that better.
Max damage for 6.
For 6?
Yeah.
I can deal with 6.
Yeah, it's
I can deal with 6. 7
Yeah,
was gonna.
7.
Well, good thing you used the thing because that was my natural 20.
So yeah. So with that, you're hovering over him. He looks incredibly rough, but you don't even fucking care, Medi. You look to your left and right. Give me another charisma save with disadvantage, as you are the hunger pains are beyond anything. Meanwhile, in the hold, everything is like just people busy plugging the flooding until Jin just did what he did. Now everyone's just staring at shock as Medi is out of control.
Why does this
Trying to get the
happen
water
my
off me.
characters? Why? 9.
9. You immediately latch on to another member of crew and you plunge your fangs right into the crew's neck, and a series of gunshots suddenly go off. And that's where we're going to finish tonight, folks.
Oh, come on.
I don't get an opportunity attack?
Nope. Something
So
very dark is about to happen, and we're going to need more than 15 minutes to figure this out.
Is Medi more of a hunter or a scavenger, though?
Medi's in her full survival mode. No, she's in survival
because there's a
mode.
bloody guts out body right now that Catharn was trying to help, and I mean I'm not there, but Cesare is curious if that would have been more of a.
I'm gonna say there's probably more than just one.
So I will say this much for you, Medi, because you successfully grabbed onto the sailor and plunged your fangs in. You get 12 temporary hit points from that effect.
That's
so
good.
you get and there's going to be a random series of rolls I'm going to make as you jump from sailor to sailor to sailor. What
if I get that far?
Yeah, well, to Medi's perspective, what she's now trying to avoid is frenzy. There's a frenzy thing that I built for her archetype that makes her extremely powerful under very extremely dire consequences. And she is starving right now. She's on the edge of madness because of how badly she's been injured all day and unable to take the time to recuperate. She's starving, she's famished. And this will all play into a lot of things, so this will be fun. But
so quickly to answer Chesapeake's question, though, or not Chesapeake, sorry, to answer the scavenger versus hunter question, not to reveal too much about her backstory, but definitely a hunter.
Okay.
So with that, folks, it is quite the interesting tale that we've kind of given you tonight. So hopefully everybody had fun. Down below, everything you need to know about us. However, sorry to make you all wait. 4th of July weekend is coming up. So we will be taking next weekend off. And then we will be meeting here again during the weekend of July 10th. And the coolest thing happens during July 10th. Does anybody know what happens July 10th? Anybody?
Dinner.
I know.
I turned 50. I turned the big 50 on July 10th. And I'll be celebrating my birthday just having lots of D&D games all weekend long. Because, that's my choice, and I've made it. We will be getting together some of the crew from the Age of Arcanum. Which group is supposed to be meeting here? Is it this group? Or which group is our one-shot?
This group.
It is this group. So for our one-shot, we'll figure out a way for Jesse to participate, because obviously that's a long drive from Arizona. But we are supposed to be meeting the weekend of July 10th in the studio, hopefully broadcasting out our first live event from the studio as a one-shot, as Jin, or otherwise known as Vince, will be taking us back to a time past where Basilica of the Cudgel has to be resolved. So if we can...
It's not even that. It's just our characters are doing.
I just want closure for our characters.
thing.
Yeah, fair enough. And I believe we were told to level up to 12. Was that correct?
Yes.
20?
12.
Shannon, you have a perplexed look on your face, so we'll
Okay, should we just do 20?
No.
Huh?
Level 21 shots are not easy to run, my friend. It's your call. Level 14 feels kind of cool. Or
I'll go with the 40 years over here. Level 14
16?
it is.
16?
No, 14 it is.
Additional ability or feat added?
Yeah, that's a damn shame. 14 it is.
All right, we got 2 more. Good job, Jason.
And I won't be referred to as the storyteller. My title will be Dungeon Daddy.
That's
Fair.
terrifying, but very accurate.
Fair.
I'm just gonna call you Double D.
So
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna call you Daddy.
That's fine too.
I'm gonna call you Edie, just to undermine the daddy a little bit.
You know, you
But
better be calling me Daddy, or else
it still means-
everything
it still means
Leo does
daddy.
is at disadvantage.
So the beauty of this, we'll have a whole separate one-shot BOTC, or excuse me,
No, it's
Greyhawk.
called the
Greyhawk.
no. It's called the Priestess, the Bastard, and the Ivory Tower.
I love it. So send me that. I'll make a new overlay. We'll have Jesse camera in while the rest of us are live in the studio. And we will make complete asses and fools of ourselves on the weekend of my birthday.
I'll bring beer.
So the question will work out for everybody out there. We'll publish the time and everything, but it'll either be on Saturday or early Sunday, depending on everybody's schedule and whether or not Omni or Cesare can make it out to the studio within the next week to help me finalize everything in place. The new rigging is up. I am struggling to find more cameras. Cameras are very hard to find right now. So we may have to get creative with either GoPros or other methodologies of having cameras available. But hopefully Cesare will be able to come out and help me with that. But other than that, hey, everybody, thank you for joining us. Down below is everything you need to know about our family of creators, us, the world, the craziness that is crazy. I hope everybody had fun tonight. I do like my fast-paced sessions that occur from time to time. Although for many, it might seem a little redundant because in the Age of Arcanum episode recently, they had a fast-paced evacuation of the city of Espis. That was lots of fun to watch that play out. So, hey, everybody, as I always say, please stay safe out there. Be kind to each other. And, man, you got to play a game. I mean, how much fun is playing a game? Play a game. See you, everybody.
Why don't play?
Bye.
Bye.